Today we are looking at 929 unique email addresses. This is supposedly an easy question. Let's look at the topics. Array, hash table, and string. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. It says, every valid email consists of a local name and a domain name separated by the @ sign. Besides lowercase letters, the email may contain one or more periods or pluses. For example, in Alice at LeetCode.com, Alice is the local name and LeetCode.com is the domain name. Okay. If you add periods between some of the characters in the local name part of an email address, mail sent there will be forwarded to the same address without dots in the local name. Note that this rule does not apply to domain names. And then it gives an example. So the example says we have alice.z at LeetCode and alice.z at LeetCode. They'll be the same. So the period, at least on the local side, does not matter. All right. If you add a plus in the local name, everything after the first plus sign will be ignored. This allows certain emails to be filtered. Note that this rule does not apply, again, to domain names. Okay. For example, m.y plus name will be forwarded to my at email.com. So anything after plus ignored and periods also ignored, but we continue with a period. We don't continue after a plus. It's possible to use both these rules at the same time. Yep. All right. Given an array of strings emails where we send one email each to each email, sub I return the number of different addresses that actually receive mails. Okay, so we're wanting to return the number of unique addresses. And it looks like our input here is an array of strings. Okay. So first thing that kind of jumps out at me is that we're not modifying the domain name at all. There's no rules to modify the domain name. It'll be taken as is. Second thing is that our local name will be modified based upon our two rules that we have. And we want to return unique. So when I hear the word unique, typically I think of sets. So I think we'll probably use a set here to store our unique email addresses. So I said set string, and we'll do a result here equals new, and we'll do a hash set because we don't need to keep track of the order. Okay, so we're going to store everything into a set, and then I think that what I want to do here is let's split our local and domain names and do our work that we need to do on our local name. Then append the domain name back onto it and put it into the hash set, or into the set. Okay. So we do that. We've handled our two cases, our period, our plus, on the local part. And that's built out of what it's going to be. And then we add back our domain name. So we have all our logic done. And then we add it back onto the set. Or we add it into the set. That way we're only, okay, so now we've accomplished, we satisfied our two rules. And we've satisfied the unique. Okay. I think that'll work. So that's really simple, but we'll get into the logic of, I guess, how this will work. So for string s in emails, okay, so now we're at h string. So we'll do a string array s equals to, or not s, let's call it full email, I guess, equals s dot split. So we'll split like I was talking about at the at. And now that we have it split, we want to do our logic. So for char C in full email sub 0. So what we're doing here is, so full email, we did a split and we put it into a string array. So like when we're at sub 0, that's going to be local, and then 1 would be equal to domain name. So right now we're working inside and looking at the characters inside of our local name. So that's what this for loop is doing. So now we need to satisfy our rules. So we have 2 rules, right? So we'll do an if statement for the rule 1. If C is equal to R period, then we're ignoring it. So we'll just continue in our loop, right? Okay, so how are we going to actually build this out? So we need something to build out the local name. So for that, we'll actually use a string builder, I think. We could just use a string, but a string builder is more efficient for our pins because we are not recreating the string every time. String builder local equals new string builder. Okay. And then we'll do our other rule. If C is equal to plus, then we know at that point we're going to break out because we're not going to continue and add anything else onto it at that point because everything after the plus, as per the rules, gets ignored. Okay, so now we've satisfied both of those rules. Besides that, we want to do local, and this is what we're going to make our new local name after we've done our modifications, C. So now we're appending every character onto local to recreate our local name from full email 0. And if we have a period, we're just continuing because we're ignoring it. We're not going to append it on there. And then if we have a plus, we immediately break out. Okay. All right, so now we have a fully created local. We have our domain name still stored in full email sub at index 1. So we need to do, we need to add everything else onto the local. So local.append, we need to add our @ and then we need to add our domain name. So we'll do another .append and then full email sub 1, right? So that's our domain name. And after we've done that, we will do result dot, what is it for, I think it's add for sets. Dot add local. And then at the end, we will return the size of result. And that'll be the number of unique email addresses we have. Let's see if this works. Okay, we got an error here. For each is not. Okay, yeah, so this is actually still a string, so we need to convert this to a character array. You can do that with 2-char array. All right, let's see if I missed anything else here. Okay, yeah, local is not, that's a string builder too, so we need to add that to toString. Okay. All right, let's see this time. Okay, all right, looks like we got it. So that is unique email addresses. So, and looks like that's good. So, thank you.